we had Janki start off with related to logging your errors or debugging. So we know where this conversation is taking us. So a few weeks back, we had that sudden SOS call, or rather that notification, ting 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 ting, coming on our phone, and those are the kind of notification it's hard for you to ignore. So you just finally end up looking at it, and it was like a stream of messages saying that this is not working, that is not working. So five people in the same company are messaging you in five independent windows, and also the same message is getting copy pasted in your common group chat window. This button is not working, or rather this client or a wrong email got sent, or wrong notification got sent, something is wrong. What do we do? How can we solve it? We have somebody in waiting. Now, as much as the user at the other end is in panic, he has very, very, very successfully shifted the panic to me as well. I mean, there is a problem. Yes, I'm so sorry you have a problem. I genuinely am. Can I fix it? I will try my level best to fix it. But just merely bombarding me with fix it, fix it, fix it will not help me, because that is not going to help me identify your problem in the first place. So first you need to tell me what is your problem. But as we have all encountered in situations, the person at the other end is not really in a calm state of mind to give us that input. They are worried, because their outcome is getting affected. They're worried because their operation is getting halted. They're worried because they might be fearing their client's wrath, or a negative feedback, or a bad review in the next upcoming whatever client meeting or client sessions. So they have a lot of things at stake, and that is because something that we built for them is not working. Is it our fault? Maybe, may not be. Maybe they click something that they were not supposed to click. We don't know. So see, the bottom line is, we actually don't know what went wrong. We actually don't know what is not working. So until we know what is not working, so we developers have this compartmental mind, where we switch from from developer to tester to user. So this kind of mindset also helps us when we are tackling our problems. So we are constantly asking, we don't get angry at them saying, you have no right talking to me like this, you are very rude talking to me, I will not help you. No, we don't do that. No, this is my sleeping time, what do you think, you can no bombard me with messages like this? No, we never do that. No developer would do that, because we understand the gravity of the situation. Even one slightest remark, saying a casual remark saying that, oh, the other day I checked something and something did not work, but the rest are working fine. So we kind of ignore the rest of working fine. And what is it that he said about something not working? What did not work? It keeps gnawing onto our head like that. So we are typically problem solvers, and problem solving comes naturally to us. But to do that, we need to know what the problem is. And who can tell the problem? The clients can tell the problem. But do they tell us all the time? No, they don't tell us all the time. So how do we tackle this situation? So today's session is all about how we tackle such situations. So let me share my screen. It is a very short PPT, so don't worry. It won't take long. So today's session is all about default logs. So default logs, Zoho has been very generous in providing us a lot of logs, but we need to go beyond default logs, because we are building custom solution on top of Zoho's application. So whatever Zoho has built and provided for our customers, Zoho has done their due diligence. They have built their login system. They are safe. They are very safe. They have their own login systems. This is not our problem anymore. No, not the case. So Zoho is providing us with default logs, but when we build custom solutions, we are the architects of those custom solutions. We know where the data is going to come in, go out. During users testing, we might have observed what is a likely possibility of somebody putting a circular object in a square slot. So people do that. Clients do that all the time. The actual end users do that all the time. Since we know the architecture of whatever custom build that we are providing for them, we know where are the exception points. So that is where I believe we should be tapping in to build our own login systems, because when things break, our log speaks. Client is in a total mess. He can't articulate what is wrong, but logs are not the case. They precisely tell you what we want, what happened, at what time it happened, when it happened, who made it happen, how many times it has happened. So these might sound like statistics, but there is a lot of insight coming out of these things. So when we develop, so we all are developers, so we know this process. We collect requirement, we design it, we develop it, we test it, and we go live. I'm leaving out the the scope of work and commercials part of it, not in today's not relevant for what we are doing today. So when we go live is when the client is happy with the development, the requirement is met, the design is accepted, the testing has given a go approve for whatever custom solution that we have built, and the client has given us a go live. The system is actually live. So we have the client users, the admin users, the foot soldiers, whoever it is, the system. So we are at this point, all of us are happy, client is happy, we have shared, I mean, he has paid our invoice, we are also happy, we got the money worth of whatever time and effort we have put in, and now we have finished our development. Now, go live. Is our job done? From the outside, it will look like it is done. But much like products, are we providing post-sale support? Are we providing go live support? So what is go live support? Go live support includes maintenance, yes. It includes smaller, guidance like user training and things like that. So we provide, all of us provide user training, either by getting them on a call or giving them a document that says, okay, this is the user guide, kindly use this. The operation team, they will need some minor enhancement here and there, maybe um, um, somebody who has done a CRM implementation, the manager will need, okay, I need one automation. So we teach them, here is Zoho CRM workflow. So kindly go here, give your criteria, and you can prepare your own automation. Or he says, I want a very specific dashboard for a specific purpose. So if there's a larger requirement, we provide it for them, or we say, okay, here is a filter, you can use this filter and come up with your own dashboard, you can save it as an independent dashboard. We provide those small bits of support and maintenance. And then this is something we all read. It's not a cycle, it does not have to happen, but as we have always seen, if something has to go wrong, it will go wrong. So all instances, there will be that one user who will typically do something that he is not supposed to do because he could just do it. It's there. Why did you click that button unnecessarily? Array, it was there. I clicked it. Maybe it was an oversight by the admin. He should not have granted access to that particular user role. But as a developer, once the go live is done, we are not in the scene anymore. We hand over the admin rights. So it is all about giving them the permissions. So what happened to the permission? We don't know. So there will be 98% of the time our application works superb. That's the confidence, and that's the answers that I have been seeing in our chat earlier. But there will be a 2% chance of something not working. Again, it could be multitude of reasons. So what are the reasons is what is going to help us solve the problem. But the situation remains. So something is broken, and that's a minor thing. Nothing is working. Some people like just bombard us with nothing is working. So we still don't know what is going to happen at this point in time. So this is when we have to be honest. Let's plan ahead. Like when something goes wrong as a developer, what is my responsibility? So that's where, as another fellow user here said, we have to start for planning this way ahead, right during the time of system design, because over the design thinking, where the exceptions can occur. So that's where we start planning. So how do we plan? And let me tell you, logs are not just technical junk or numerical or textual junk. No, logs are very powerful. They are the ones that talk back to us, telling what has happened, what, when, where, and how things have happened. So when situation strikes, something is broken and nothing works, we get a very concerned client moving into being very worried. The worry is transmitted to his entire teammates. None of them have a clue what is broken or why it is broken. And this collective concern is coming out of a fear of a bigger impact. And because of the incomplete description of the problem, because they just see what, I mean, clients understand results. Okay, when I click this, I get an invoice auto generated in books. When I click on this in the CRM, the contact is moved to my Zoho desk. They see the trigger, they see the action, but why the end action is not happening, they do not know. So they are unable to communicate to us. Eventually, what happens, they are progressing towards panic, which is not good, not good for their business, not good for the work that we have done as well. But what do we actually want in a situation? We want to know, where did it happen, when did it happen, who saw it happen, how did it happen, can I reproduce the problem, can you tell me how to reproduce the problem, can you share screenshots? We have these questions with them. Can you share screenshots? So when we ask for screenshot, they send one small box just with that error message. That's not going to help us. I mean, a full browser screenshot helps. We want the activity log, we want the user log, we want to know if the client has performed any recent changes, like a password reset. API tokens, they just get reset when you do a password reset. So when we do API integration, this is something that I have commonly observed. When we do API integrations, over time it works, and they have an employee leaving the organization and a new employee coming in, so they go and reset all the passwords. So it's a very good thing to do, no doubt about it. But when that happens, our tokens also get reset. So you have to go back and reset all your token once again. So then roles and permission, mistake by by oversight, by mistake, you give a different role, different access permission to people whom you're not supposed to give. Are there any failure in subscription renewals? I mean, especially coming to third party integrations, let's say that there is some third party tool where they have subscribed for a premium version and integrated it with Zoho. Now, if they have failed to renew the other third party, naturally our API call is not going to work, and we will end up with an error message. So with those things in mind, so could that have been the case? Has there been any service transition, like employee handing over from one person to the other, and did he miss out on any detail while communicating the knowledge transfer? Have we hit the deluge limit with the Zoho? So we have thousands of questions here, but eventually what we get a panic stricken set of client users. Is that going to help us solve whatever is broken? No. So how can we be prepared? So our instinct knee-jerk reaction when we encounter a client alert saying that something is broken, we will go back to our logs. We will log into the system, assuming we still have the same login password, either it's shared with us in our developer login, or we have been provided with the admin login access. We look into the application's log, activity logs. In CRM, we have activity logs, user logs. Zoho One has user logs, then version logs. Record edit we can enable in Zoho Creator. So who has been, when did it, so the client only knows it happened today morning, somewhere between 10 and 12:30. So that's a very wide window for us, but still nevertheless a window. So we check through that time limit and see what has changed. I had a situation where the requirement was to generate a sales order in books through CRM. So our user, what they did was they initiated the trigger in CRM, SO was generated, and but parallelly she had another window open in books. She did not refresh her Zoho Books window, so she assumed that the SO was not created. She generated another SO to the same customer, and we had a duplicate, and the complaint was the system is creating duplicate SOs. So only when the log was checked, we were able to identify that no, this was manually created, this was trigger created. So it was not a duplicate SO, it is something manually done. So we, as a developer, I had no idea that somebody could go ahead and do this. I assumed that everybody would refresh the page before checking it out. It was an I mean, it was a new revelation for me. Okay, this can happen. So next time when I was setting up my logging system, I had to factor this this new knowledge into my logging system. So how can we get prepared? So what can we do in this? So this is a time where we are going to be proactive rather than being reactive to the problem situation. So proactive logging actually takes you beyond your default logs, because we have a fair understanding where things can go wrong. So that is intentionally, these things can go wrong at XYZ points. Second, we can capture, so when where is being captured, we can capture the context. So I will take an example of a creator form. So somebody says, I'm able to not submit a form. Simple. 101 reason. So one of the reason could be like, did you fill out all the relevant, no, we have all those mandatory fields, so did you fill it? Did you so which form is it? Who is the user? Do you have access to the form? Is this error that I can anticipate the user to do? And with all this in mind, I can prepare a structured logging text. XYZ sub tried to submit form A on date, um, from whatever location. When you enable location, you can have that also. And once the record is submitted, you can tag the record to the user and say, so this user has submitted record ID 1234. So what happens with this is, this will look like a lot of junk over a period of time. I agree. I totally agree. When all the things are working fine, this logging system can end up like a huge junk. So yes, we will have to plan for periodic purging as well. So one of the things that I do when there has been no complaints, so all, previous 30 days data, every day there is a purge that happens. So all logs that are generated before 30 days is deleted. So this is also included in the system design when we decide, when we work through the scope of work, so that the client is also aware that there is a logging system and it gets deleted 30 days before data gets deleted. So the benefits of proactive logging is, it gives us the fastest root cause analysis. And when a typical error log is encountered, or it is added to the system, you can trigger an alert to yourself saying that somebody is trying this multiple times, somebody is doing this action multiple times. So that's an alert for us to go check why at all is somebody doing that. Predictive maintenance. We can easily spot trends before failure. If multiple people are generating trigger-based SOs and manual-based SOs, then now I can actually go and tell them, once the trigger is done, I can flash a message saying that if you are viewing in Zoho Books, kindly refresh and see. Because by default, they didn't have that understanding. So it helps you spot the trend. Improved Q&A and debugging during development and staging environment, and insight into the user behavior and patterns. So with proactive logging, we are able, and our actual logged message should follow a defined structure that gives the intent, gives the context, and gives the anticipatory response that the system is expected to provide for the user. So with this structure in mind, when we build our logging system, we are better equipped to handle situations where something is broken or nothing is working. So what tools of Zoho can we use to build our own login system? So I personally prefer using these three major tools. Custom function. All of Zoho apps have custom function. We are not new to this. Zoho Click, Zoho Connect. So to give context to how Click and Connect along with custom function can be used to build your own login system is, I would create channels in Click and streams in Connect, depending on the complexity of whatever customization or build that I'm providing. So some customers have both, some customers have only Click, some have only Connect. The intent is as simple as, let's say the CRM, there is a CRM workflow, and you all have seen that new deal alert in CRM, or a big deal alert in CRM. So the end user or the manager receives an email alert saying that we have a huge deal alert for 1 million USD. So you should take it forward. So this is email alert. So we are going to use the same frame of mind, except that we are going to create a dedicated click channel. So I like to call it as developer stream, and all my logins I would put it in that channel. So all my log messages I put in that channel. So whenever there is an user triggered alert or error or warning in the system, I ensure that, so every day I would post a consolidated message saying that no errors have been reported, or this error has been reported by this person to the floor manager or to the supervisor. So these are all client application. None of them are in my personal login. So all our clients are Zoho users. So naturally, they will have access to click. They will have access to connect. So you merely need to find your structure. Which structure suits you best? Is it going to be a connect post where you continuously post what is going to happen as part of the log? Is it going to be a stream in connect where you can, so you have a post, and then the follow-up logs, you can post it as a comment. So this gives you context. Okay, this is a main area of interaction that has been happening, and these are the smaller levels of logging text that I will carry it forward with me. So with this, when panic strikes, we can do a simple Ctrl+F search. We can locate our log. We can identify. These messages also have a timestamp, so we don't really have to worry when the action happened. There is a timestamp that is precisely telling when a particular action has taken place or not taken place. Then it is with the client user themselves. So most clients, they have their own IT team, who don't want to get involved in hands-on development in Zoho, but they want to have a bird's eye view of things, so they get direct access to what is happening in the system. This gives transparency in your development. Now, over the client instance, I tend to use Deluge script to write commands to add notifications or messages into Click and Connect. Over time, I have also used Zoho Flow. So we have the error branch in Zoho Flow. So when we use Zoho Flow to connect multiple apps with third-party apps, Zoho CRM with something else, or we have an error branch. So every error branch is going to drop a message in my click channel or connect channel. I know what has happened. Looking through the JSON also helps, but I mean, it's all about where you want to look first. Do you want to look through a mountain of JSON files first, or just go into the respective click channel, do a Ctrl+F, get a fair idea of what is happening, and then come to Flow and see the JSON file? There can be Zoho projects, a dedicated project space set up where you're putting things, and a Zoho Creator. So this is one thing that if anybody from the creator team is there, I have asked them earlier. So in Zoho Creator, we have record comments. So I'm hoping, I'm wishing for the day where Deluge allows us to insert comments into record comments. So this is manual right now. We don't have it, but that would be even great, when especially useful when a fellow user is altering the record. Could be an update, could be a change, some phone number has changed or an email has changed. So this typically happens especially when the customer's email is changed in the record, but when they are using the creator portal, they are using the changed email, and they find that they are unable to log into the system. So there needs to be a method to communicate within the team that, it is not because of the system is not working or anything. The login email has changed. You either have to invite the user again through the new email ID, or through they have to sign up again into the customer portal through the revised email ID. So with these things, we can so everything stays inside client's instance. And when a problem is reported, when something is broken is reported, you instinctively know where to look, what to gather, and then spend spend your time effectively in fixing the problem. Most of the time it will not be the architecture related, it will not be code related, it would be something of an oversight, which, oh, I thought it would work like this, but it turned out something else. So that's all I have regarding how we can use the Zohosphere to prepare our own custom login systems and keep our sanity a little longer. Thank you.